Okay, this is mainly for my audience. Sam Hyde fans are going to be similar to Sam Hyde fans are going to be similar to Gripers, and that they're very big on like the gay ops stuff, like faking, like astroturfing, and stuff like that. And they're also like very, very, very active on Twitter. They're very active in YouTube comment sections. They are very big on that. So this is a fan base that is hyper engaged in social media stuff. Just to be aware of it. For the neo-Nazis, Elon. Oh, I don't have much to say on this. Okay. I probably shouldn't use, so people, I'm responding to criticisms coming from people that aren't even serious people. But when I'm using the term Nazi here, like I'm expressing that I feel like these are like neo-Nazi type views. I'm not trying to normatively load it, although I understand that's like a silly thing to say, I guess, in retrospect, because people always view you as when you say Nazi, you just mean like bad. I'm not trying to say Nazi equals bad, or just because it's Nazi, it's bad or whatever. I'm just trying to like accurately express the views. Maybe saying Nazi triggers some people, and I'm saying that dismissively, but I mean, I can understand why it would sound dismissive, but I mean, I am going through everything he's saying, and I'm trying to give an analysis of the things that he's saying. I'm not just saying like, oh, he's a Nazi, so he's bad, haha. But I'm just saying like, this is neo-Nazism. Like, this is like a one-to-one mapping of like, there is like a certain ethnic character of the nation. We have to dispel everybody that's not of this ethnic character. Jews are primarily behind the displacement of white people. Like all of these things are like, these are all like neo-Nazi things. So that's the only reason I bring this up. But if I was just trying to be dismissive with the word, I was like, oh, he's a Nazi, and then just not engage with it. But yeah. Wasn't that U.S. doctrine even before the Nazis? To blame the Jews for all of societal ills and to have like racial supremacy such that you're trying to like literally enforce a racially homogenous society by putting other people in death camps and stuff? No, it wasn't. No, it was not. Somebody linked this for him being born mask off.
I don't understand it. Like, I would never, like, I'm a Catholic boy.
Mm-hmm. It's not a religion. It's not a religious
I'm a Canadian boy.
It's an ethnic thing. They have the highest, good God, that is frightening. That is a chilling, that is a frightening visage.
I wish I saw her in real life. I try to her and I'd call my wife first. I'd be like, hey, Jess, is it cool if I try to Amy Schumer? She'd be like, yeah, go ahead, have it.
They have the highest in-group loyalty, and they have a high enough IQ to disguise that that in-group.
These are all, I'm assuming he's talking about Jews. Also, like, just because I've heard it's like exhausting how much I've heard all these talking points. In-group loyalty is something that's often said about Jewish people. While they're trying to undermine the white race, they're also very loyal to their own group of people. It's supposed to demonstrate the hypocrisy of Jewish people by saying they tell white people that you need to be more accepting and you need to outbreed with other ethnic groups. Meanwhile, Jewish people are incredibly loyal and they only in-group breed, so they know that there's an advantage to doing it because of their in-group loyalty while they try to destroy the in-group loyalty of white people. I'm pretty sure if you look at the numbers, I think that Jewish women are actually out marrying at like higher rates, but the idea that this is some sort of like, even if they weren't, the idea of this being like a planned approach to redesigning society is a far jump from, even if some people do marry in-group more, it's just
group loyalty quite well.
I guess I think in-group loyalty is fucking cool.
Well, I mean, there's a case to be made for that, but unfortunately, if you don't have high in-group loyalty, you
get eliminated,
genetically doomed to be eradicated from the face of the earth as a group.
Really?
Yeah.
As a group, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just ancient biblical warfare still happening to this day, just under different names.
It's
explain why someone like Asmongold should take the silly Nazi stuff seriously. Maybe. I mean, I think that Sam Hyde does a good enough job, like kind of dressing it up into just kind of like economically populist messaging. So it sounds good. Remember, like any good ideology, it's going to be like an abusive person. I'm negative about all this. Like, there's not always like an abuser is not always bad, right? There's usually going to be some good aspect to an abuser. Otherwise, people wouldn't be attracted to them. But I mean, it's the same thing with like Nazi shit too. Like, Hitler wasn't wrong about everything. You know, like they're going to make points that are going to resonate with everybody to some extent. It's just a matter of how well they can disguise some things and celebrate other things, I guess.
It's tribal warfare, and it's kind of seems unavoidable. I think it's unavoidable. The fact that that tribal warfare is a thing. I mean, it happens in nature all the time. It happens with Trees do it. Trees favor other trees with they share nutrients, I think, and they favor trees that are more genetically similar to them than trees that are not.
Yeah,
so
like birch trees don't fuck with any of the trees.
That's just the way of nature. And white people, I think, are currently getting beat down pretty hard with white guilt, and that's why they have this one reason why they have this lowered in-group loyalty, I think.
For now. We'll see if it'll
yeah.
change.
Yeah, we'll see.
But I guess the question is like, when you say it's not going away, right? How do you see it like playing out? You think we're just gonna get dragged into the 3?
I don't know. I think it's if I was Brazilian, I'd be pretty fucking worried right now because on Twitter they're getting like dragged. Like Twitter is like the Nazi. It's like Nazi. What the fuck? It's leftists that are doing. Twitter is like in my opinion, Twitter is a pretty. It seems pretty well representative of what people actually think now. And whether you like it or not, the black people that I follow on Twitter, the white people, the racists that I follow on Twitter, the stuff that they're saying, it doesn't seem like there's anything really out of whack. Like there's any messages that are getting boosted too much on Twitter, like out of proportion to the way people feel. And it just seems the vibe, the temperature right now, is that people really don't like
Brazilian.
And it seems like it's getting safer and safer to say that. And
this means Jews, right?
Model.
Never thought I'd see the day.
I never thought I'd see the day. This model comparing Israel to Nazis. It's Israel that they say the issues with, but Israel is
Brazilian.
Jews,
so if I was just not looking good, man. If I was
Brazilian.
I'd be worried.
Good.
That's what I mean. It's not going away.
Good.
Welcome to the party. That's the only thing you can say.
Well, I mean,
are they really gonna like American Brazilians? Like, nothing's gonna happen to them.
well, no, that's not true.
I think a few of them get canceled.
Amy Schumer's not going to be killed, but everything is interdependent on everything else. And for, fucking 100 years, the kind of controlled media, or been at the position of the highest position of power in media.
I'm ceasing to see the. I don't know. I'm stupid. Remember, I'm the mayonnaise guy. So there's a big bowl in my head.
Why it's a bad thing?
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it feels like there's a huge change brewing.
Oh yeah,
and it's just ooh.
You think that Nick is as far right as Sam Hyde? I can't tell. Sam Hyde is a full retread of 2016 era neo-Nazi talking points. Fuentes seems to be a bit more in the ethnic nationalist kind of thing. He's a bit more not as Nazi as Sam Hyde. However, there's also the fact that my understanding of it, my remembrance of it is Nazis hate Catholics. Holy they hate Catholics. And Fuentes is very much a Catholic, right? Fuentes is very much like a Catholic nationalist person, I think, right? Isn't Fuentes a big Catholic church guy, or am I making that up, or was he just Christian? I know they called it Christian nationalism, but wasn't Fuentes a big Catholic guy? I think he is, right? Yeah, okay, yeah. Nazis, neo-Nazis hate Catholicism and hate Catholics.